Anansi. Anansi, he living in a nice little village. And in the village there, where he living, they had a lot of people. And Anansi family and thing, everybody doing the thing and they living nice and so. But Anansi had a little problem providing for his family. You see, Anansi had a lot of picnic. So, one day, when Anansi was trying to pick some coconut for his family, he was up in the tree picking this coconut. At the same time, the queen of Ashanti was passing. And when Anansi dropped the coconut, the queen saw the coconut and sent one of her footmen to pick up the coconut and bring it to she. Well, Anansi came down the tree, furious at first, but then, of course, Anansi, always smart. He thought this is an opportunity. So he went to the queen and said, "Oh, ma'am, you took the last coconut, the last thing I have to feed my family with. So my family will starve now." And, the queen looked at it and said, "But is that so?" He said, "Yes, my coconut." And the queen said, "Don't worry. Where I'm from, we have plenty, and I'm sure we can help you out. So why don't you come to the palace, and I will talk with the king, and you will see how well you'll be treated, and we will provide for you and your family." That is exactly what Nancy wanted to hear. Well, Nancy find himself in the palace, and he in front of the king. And he explained to the king that he was picking coconuts, and the queen was able to have a coconut, but it was the last nut that he had to feed the family. And the king said, "I understand, Anansi, and thank you for taking good care of the queen when she was there. And we are going to have a feast. We are going to have a feast in your honor, and you will have wonderful things to eat." And so the tables were laid. Goblets, but guess what? The dishes were empty. The goblets and all the big things, the platters and so on had no food. So Nancy was wondering what is happening. And then, when everyone was settled, the king sent for a drum. And the king took the drum and he hit it. And then, Nancy amazement, when the king play drum, rumpy tum, king play drum, rumpy tum, food start to come, rumpy tum, food start to come, rumpy tum, wine start to come, and you see how the place pack up with all kinds of food, and more food than you think about. And Nancy was mesmerized, and Nancy looked around, where to start. And then the king said, "Okay, welcome, Nancy, just eat and be merry, enjoy yourself." Rumpy dum, king stay drum. Rumpy dum, food start to come. Rumpy dum, wine start to come. Rumpy dum, drink start to come. Rumpy dum, and Nancy had fun. So when Anansi eat till he belly full, the king said, "What, Anansi? I'm sure you would like to take some things for your wife and the rest of your family. And you pick me and so on." And Nancy said, "Yes, of course. So the king said, you may choose anything you would like to take. And I am giving my word. You can just take whatever you want to take to your family." And Nancy thought about what the king said, because Nancy, he watched in the drum, because it's from that drum all the food did come. So Anansi said to the king, "I would like to take the drum." The king was a little disappointed because he didn't expect Anansi would ask for the drum. Anyhow, the king gave his word, he got to stick by his word. So the king reluctantly give Anansi the drum. And Anansi was leaving the palace smiling. The wise men saw the look on the king's face and thought, well, we better help the king out here. And they went to the king and said, we will put a spell on the drum. Do not worry, you will soon get it back. Nancy did not know what was going to happen. Anyhow, Anansi, when he was leaving the palace, a strange man came up to him and said, Nancy, you know you get that drum. But that drum got a funny thing about it. There is a spell. If you should ever walk on a twig or cut down a tree or be in any way disturbed into the rainforest, something bad will happen. And Nancy listened to him. But Anansi said, well, don't worry with that. He probably jealous of me and the drum. Anansi went home with the drum. He called the family together and Anansi played the drum. Rumpy dumpy dum, Anansi played the drum. Rumpy dumpy dum, food started to come. Rumpy dumpy, everybody had fun. Rumpy dumpy dum, and Nancy played the drum and feed the family. Well, Nancy feeling good, so he called the whole village together. And Nancy beat the drum. Food started to come. The village had fun. They even had a big jar of rum. And Nancy had fun. So now Nancy thought to himself, well, I feed the village, everybody had fun. I could go and invite the other village. And Nancy went to the other village far away. And Nancy played the drum. And the people had fun. And Nancy started going from village to village. And he knocked the drum. And everybody would have fun. Nancy gets famous. Nancy got so famous that he could not believe it. One evening when Anansi going home, he had to walk through the bush and he jumped upon a takuba and fall down. He so vexed. He said, what kind of thing is this? Listen. And he ordered some men to go just cut down the trees, those confounded trees, and make a road so that when I'm coming home, I will not have problems with falling down. But remember what the wise men do to the drum. Nancy remembered that. So the next day, Nancy beat the drum. Nancy beat the drum. Rumpy dumpy. Food didn't come. Rumpy dumpy. Men with sticks and whips and straps show up and beat Nancy and the family for a song. Well, you know, Nancy said to herself, well, this is not fair. All these people enjoy this drum, enjoy the food, and me and the family got to get licks. All right. And Nancy decide who drink the gravy must pay the levy. That means whoever enjoy the fruits of the drum, they got to get some of the licks. So Nancy called the biggest banquet he could ever think of. Villages of countries and everybody coming in this large place, because remember, the bigger the crowd is, the more the food. But what they didn't know is the bigger the crowd is, the more men with sticks, whips, and straps will show up. Nancy beat the drum, rumpy dumpy dum. Nancy beat the drum, rumpy dumpy dum. Food didn't come, rumpy dumpy dum. Licks come, rumpy dumpy. Everybody had to run, rumpy dumpy dum. It certainly wasn't fun. And that is the end of the story. And Nancy take the drum, carry it back to the king, and said, look, your wretched drum. The drum don't work no more, it's spoiled. Well, the king was very happy. He get back his drum. The moral of the story is that sometimes when you think things come easy, it does have a backlash. And when people give you a thing, be careful. Be careful. Because it does come with a backlash. Nancy